Alrighty, guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? What am I saying already? Good morning, guys. It is 5:35 a.m. Thursday. No, it's Wednesday, February 11th. Today's actually my mom's birthday. Gotta wish her happy birthday. But it is 5:35 a.m. I should be asleep, but I'm like, let me just make a video and talk a little bit about myself so you guys can get to know me a little bit more personal for those of you that are new subscribers, or if you guys are old subscribers. I don't think you guys have really gotten to know me too much other than, that I do predictions, world predictions, but I'll kind of go into that in a minute. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of make this video talking about myself a little bit. And yeah, so let's talk about my channel. So I've been doing world predictions for about a year, so I'm fairly new to this. So I am new to this game. Been doing this since February of 2025. Prior to doing this, my channel was consisted of only tarot readings, and I was doing spell work. So I was very into spell work. I made several spell work videos on my channel, how to do certain things. I was very into divination as a year or two ago. I was going to say as a child, but I kind of got into it as a child, but that's another story. Then prior to that, I was doing like zodiac sign readings. So, but things switch up and everything. So yeah, I've been doing this for a year. And a little bit about me personally outside of YouTube. I am 24. I am a Virgo. I am an only child, and I am left-handed. Okay. I've lived in California since I was 5 years old. I pretty much grew up here, raised, I want to say born and raised, but I was pretty much raised in California, went to school here, went to college. Most of my life experiences were in California. I have traveled. I went to Arizona, Washington, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. I've been all over. I've also been to Hawaii. A little bit about me. Also, I love Mexican food. I am Mexican. A lot of people don't believe that, but I am. So I was born in Mexico, came here when I was 5. Yes, I do have my papers. I have my papers and everything. So yeah, I do speak Spanish, not fluently though, but I do speak it pretty well, but I understand it more than I speak Spanish. So yeah, what else about me? I do have my bachelor's degree in social work. I wanted to do social work when I was in college. I always had a passion for helping people, but I didn't know I wanted to do spirituality when I was in college. I just wanted to help people. And when I graduated with my bachelor's, I decided I didn't want to do social work because I just felt like the energy would have been too chaotic and stressful. But I knew I always wanted to help children. Hey, good morning. How are you? So I eventually want to be a counselor, and I want to help children, like with schools, or start my own practice and help the youth. That's my goal. Because I think being a kid now is hard. Like being an adult is hard, but I think being a kid now with everything going on in the world is like just too much now, And what else about me? Yeah, I would have to watch the when I first started, rewind it. But yeah, so I've been doing this for about a year, the predictions. Very new to this. So yeah, that's why I'm not like expert at this, but yeah. Oh, believe it or not, I don't really like being on social media. Like when I'm not doing videos, people probably think it's ironic because like, oh, you're on social media, but I really love going outside in nature. Yeah, I'm not really into social media. I think social media is too much toxicity, You have to have a balance. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? Oh, yeah, I'm an only child. So I grew up as an only son. I'm very close to my father. I'm a daddy's boy, so I get along with my dad very well. My mom too, but I'm more closer with my father. So, yeah, what else can I say? Oh, I speak a little bit of French, not a lot. I have no French ancestry, but I kind of was into learning French when I was in high school. I took a French class. So, I know the basics, but I can't speak French fluently. What else about me? Oh, yeah. Um So people are ask me, "Oh, how long have you known?" Okay, so here's the one thing about me. I don't consider myself a psychic, to be honest. I feel like everyone has intuition and abilities, but I don't like that word because I don't know. I just feel like I don't see myself in that light, but other people, if they call themselves psychics, that's okay. I personally don't. I just consider myself me. I know that might sound kind of boring, but I don't know. I don't really put labels on myself, to be honest. So, what else about me? If you guys have any questions, you guys can ask me, but that's pretty much what I have about myself right now. And I know it is very early. It's 5:42 a.m., so I should be asleep, but yeah. Let me see what else I can say. Oh, I used to really love to play guitar and piano as a kid. I was very into music. Do you think your gift gets? Yeah, I think with any practice, it gets better, and then even when you learn, you'll make mistakes too. So, yes, definitely like with anything, practice makes, well, I can't say perfect, right? Because nothing's ever going to be perfect, but yeah, when you practice something more, you will be better at it. But yeah, I think everyone has abilities, I don't think anyone is more than the other. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't like that word psychic. I just think everyone has an intuition, and it's just people have to lean more into that discernment. So, oh, I also did work as a teacher's aide. So I did actually an internship at a teacher at a school. Um, but I don't ever want to work at a school because I don't know. The schools now are so different, y'all. When we were in school when I was a kid, it was a whole different world back then. And when I don't know if when you guys were younger, like, but we didn't hear about school shootings, like we didn't hear about um all that stuff that's been happening. Life was so different back then. Even when I was in college a few years back, I didn't remember hearing about all this stuff being the way it was. But then again, maybe because we weren't so in this world anymore, right? This is lifestyle, so it's like you were not really aware of certain things. But I remember life being more simpler. And sometimes I wonder if children now, like if they see life how we see it, or do they still see life through a child's eyes? You know, I always wonder that. But But I saw what happened in Canada yesterday. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so sad. And Canada doesn't really get a lot of mass shooting events, so what else? What else? Hmm. Oh yeah, I could speak Spanish fluently. We shared that. People think I have an accent. I don't think I have an accent, but people say I do. But I don't hear it, to be honest. But yeah. So, what else? Oh yeah, I'm 5'10", so I'm not really tall. My dad is like 5'2". He's very short. My mother's short too. She's 5'1". So, oh, and both of my parents have brown eyes. So one of my dad's brothers had colored eyes, and I guess I got it from his genes because my dad has brown eyes, my mom has brown eyes, so I'm the only one that has light eyes as far as like, you know, my mom and dad are concerned. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I used to have chickens too. I didn't grow up in a farm, but I grew up like in a very farming area in California too. So I used to have chickens, roosters, and all that stuff. Um, yeah, because my dad had a ranch in Mexico, and he used to be into. My dad was very like ranchero. Like in Mexico, it's like they call them paisas. So paisas are like ranchers. My dad grew up in a ranch. He was born on a ranch, so yeah. So, but I really love my dad because my dad has always been open-minded. Like my dad has never like I was very fortunate. A lot of people don't have good relationships with their parents, but overall I had a good relationship with my parents, and my dad has always been like one of my best friends. So, I love my dad a lot. So, yeah. Yeah, it's very nice to hear. A lot of people they don't have the best relationship with their parents, and it's nice when you have a relationship with your parents because I feel like that's important. If you don't have good relationship with your parents. I'm not saying that you're a bad person if you don't, but your character development, how you are as a person, that will reflect how you are with your parents, how your parents treated you and everything. My grandma, she, on my mother's side, she was a Scorpio, and she was 103 when she passed away. She passed away in 2015, and she was born 1912. I think she was 103. Yeah, she was very in tune. I remember when my aunt on my dad's side, who was my second mom, my aunt passed away. And I remember when my aunt passed away, my grandma saw her. Like, my grandma had woken up and my grandma saw her. Mind you, my grandma and my aunt were not related at all. There was no connection there, and they didn't really know each other. But my grandma remembers that when she passed away, she saw her. She came to her, and it was like weird because they didn't even know each other. But yeah, my grandma could read people. She knew that my cousin was gay. Like, so I had a gay cousin who was hiding his sexuality, and my grandma knew he was gay. Like, my grandma knew certain things. They're just like, what? How did you know that? Like, she knew like something too that happened with one of my cousins. Like, it was so weird. She knew a lot of things, and I don't know. And she was very sharp for her age, I will say. But she didn't trust a lot of people, my grandma. She didn't really have a lot of friends. My grandma was also very critical of people. Like, she was very, how do I say this? She was very like, your first impression is everything. If you make a bad impression, then you're a bad person. That was kind of her type of mindset. Oh, your grandma too, and your mom? Yes, yes. Yeah, grandmas and mothers. I always say women are more intuitive than men. I think women are more um, psychically inclined than men, because women are in their intuition, their feelings, right? Their mothers, they have that inner knowing. Um, that's why when I get a reading, I go to a female reader. I never go to a male reader. The reason why I don't go to male readers, especially male readers that are straight, is because I feel like male straight readers operate off of ego more than their intuition. And I think that women are more connected to their feelings, so they're more able to be more open to that, the spiritual realm. Yeah, grandmas know, grandmas can read people very well. They can tell when someone they know. Yeah. Yeah, I always tell people you got to be selective too with who reads your energy. You cannot go to anybody to read you, because a lot of people that get like these, that do like tarot start streams where they answer, like they just go into these people's lives and get their energy. You have to be very careful. Like, you can't let anyone read you, because that's like, think about it. You're allowing somebody to pull on your energy, and you don't know what that person is connecting to. Yes, they'll siphon your energy. And sometimes there's been readers where, like, I don't know if you've experienced this, and I'm not going to like mention names of any readers, but there has been readers that I have went to personally that they were cool with you until they find out that you're a reader, and then all of a sudden they switch up, and then your readings start getting really bad. Like, there was this one lady, I'm not going to say her name, but when she found out that I was a reader, all of a sudden my readings were bad. And when I mean bad, it's like all of a sudden my readings were negative, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. because before you found out that I was a reader, you were like nice and my readings were good. But I don't know. I just think with readers, you just have to be careful. Like, I personally don't really fuck with a lot of tarot readers. Excuse my French. I feel like a lot of readers are in competition, and you just have to be careful. Even if you're getting a reading from someone, you have to be very careful because, again, these people, you don't know what they're into. You don't know what their energy is. It's like you're opening yourself up to a stranger, and it's like kind of like when I look at when people go to these readers, like you're jumping into a stranger's vehicle because they have free candy they're giving out. You have to be smart. You can't just be too open. You can't, you have to protect your energy. She says, well, I've been to so many readers and very few are the real deal though. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're a reader, or if they, like, I've noticed that with several readers, like if they find out that you're a reader, boom, they feel like your competition. They start switching up on you, and the readings they give you start being weird. Like, I've experienced that, and I'm just like, mm-mm. And then some of these readers be stalkers. They be watching you and they don't say anything. That's another thing. So you got to be very careful. I when we did that was the opening house, and that's the thing too. Like, or they'll get mad at you if you don't resonate with the message. And I'm like, at the end of the day, you know your life the best, right? So they become very hostile with you because of whatever reason. It's like, why would you get mad at someone if you make a mistake? It's just like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if, for example, if I am not resonating with a reading, or if, let's say, someone's not resonating with my reading, I wouldn't be like, oh, you blah, blah, blah. Like, why would you get mad at the person? Like, they know their life the best, right? So it's like, if you know your life the best, you shouldn't be mad, right? So, and that's another thing too. I always tell people, take what the reader says with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if a reader says something that you like or you don't like. It's not going to change your reality. It's not going to change your situation. Like, your life is still going to be your life. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot take everything what someone says to heart. You know what I mean? Like, when some people ask these serious health questions, like, why are you asking someone, go to a doctor, if you have a serious health, or they ask, should I take a pregnancy, or it's like, you should go to CVS and buy a pregnancy test. Why are you putting so much trust into some stranger? You should go to a professional. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. And that's another thing too. There's readers that are biased. Like I said, like, they will, if they don't like you, they're going to give you a bad reading. So they have to, like, make sure that they're not biased, and that's another thing I learned too. Just because you don't like somebody does not mean that they still can't have blessings. Like, there's people that I've seen, that I've noticed, like, if they don't like certain people, everything that they do is bad. And that's not true. Like, you could be a bad person and still have blessings. I always tell people, luck has nothing to do with whether you're a good or bad person. The universe is not biased. The universe doesn't care if you're good or bad. That's human-made concepts. That's why I always say karma, for me, karma is not real. Karma is a human-made construct, because In one place where it might be a punishment, in another place it may not be no consequences, right? So people put biases with certain things. So it's like, oh, if I don't agree with them, then everything they do is bad. That's not true. Or just because you think someone is bad, they can't have anything good coming to them. Who said that? So that's why you got to be careful about being biased. Like, just because you don't like someone doesn't or agree doesn't mean that, oh, everything is going to be bad for them. No. There might be people that you cannot stand and they're still going to be successful and thrive, you know? So, yeah, that's when people ask questions too, like, oh, is this person going to get their karma? Well, why do you think this person is going to get their karma for hurting you? What if you were meant to learn something from that person and you had to go through that experience for you to grow? And you cannot always get mad at someone else if you're allowing them to treat you a certain way. Sometimes the universe will test you and have someone abuse you, treat you bad for you to stand up for yourself. But that doesn't mean that that person's going to get karma for hurting your feelings. That's just a lesson for you to learn. But a lot of people don't want to accept that. So they want to feed their ego and be like, well, this person's going to have to suffer for what they did to me. Where's scientific proof of that? Yes, true. It's like even readers that read for Trump. I have seen a few readers that have done Trump readings and it's all negative. And it's like, let me tell you something. I don't support Trump. I'm I'm a no political party. However, if you don't like Trump, that is your prerogative. But does that mean that everything he does is always going to be bad? And no, like there's going to be things that Trump is going to do that could benefit people, or Trump in his personal life, he could have things that could go in his favor. You know what I mean? Not everything's going to always be bad for somebody. And a lot of readers could be biased with that. Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean that they still can't have some good qualities about them. Now, I'm not saying he does or he doesn't. I'm just using an example. Like, he's a perfect example of people that are biased, right? Like, oh, if Trump is bad, blah, 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 everything he does is bad. There's a balance. Even bad people have certain good qualities about them. So, but yeah, that's why also when you do like, even if you do like with criminal justice, if you're a lawyer, lawyers cannot be biased, right? You have to put your personal bias to the side of the case. Even if the person did something bad or good, you cannot project your own personal opinion into the case. Otherwise, that's not professional. So any personal biases you have to push to the side. So, And everyone has their own beliefs, whether we like it or not, everyone's going to believe what they want to believe. And that's just life, you know? Hey, Beverly, how are you? Even with Keir Starmer, he's kind of like the Trump of the United Kingdom, right? A lot of British people don't like him, but Keir Starmer could still have, like, well, I don't know about now because the pressure is on him. But you know what I mean? Keir Starmer as an individual could still have blessings coming into his life, even if he is a crooked politician, even if people disagree with him, doesn't mean that he still can't have things that he could still be good at, or he could still have good qualities. So again, that's where you remove personal bias. Beverly's like, she's like, no. But see, every politician is crooked. You know what I always tell people? It doesn't matter what language, where you look, where you're from, everyone's the same. Everybody, humans are humans. It don't matter if you're from England, you're from California, you're from China, Japan. Everyone is the same, bro. Same problems, same issues, same life. It's the same thing. Problems are problems. There's going to be political problems in every country. There's going to always be disagreements. There's going to always be like, even like more personal things like relationship issues. That's in every culture, right? There's always going to be cheating. There's always going to be things going on in people's personal lives. It doesn't matter where they are. Humans are humans. So I'm laughing. You're like, yes, no. How do you guys feel about the Nancy? That case is so crazy. You know what? I don't know about that. I just think it's BS at this point. And the fact that they have not found her yet is just crazy to me. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, okay, bruh. Like, when I noticed yesterday, we had not California, the school shooting in Canada. No one really talked about that. That really didn't kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's almost like everyone's distracted with this case, but I don't know. And then what about the missing people, elderly that get kidnapped every day, or children that get kidnapped? Where's the attention on them? And it's sad because the only reason why people are focusing too much on this case is because, yeah, it's a high profile situation, but it's also a high profile person. Yeah, like, how is you gonna 2 weeks later now they have footage? That is so stupid. Why didn't they try to do it before? Why didn't they try to find the, like, it don't make any sense to me. At this point, I don't care who did it. I don't care who didn't do it. It's just so dumb at this point. Like, it's just ridiculous. Whoever did it is just it's I think they're laughing at everyone. I think whoever did it is literally laughing at everybody. Yeah, they lie too. They're not telling you exactly. They're twisting things, they lie, they deceive. That's what they do. And I bet you they oh my gosh, how much you want to bet they already have fixed solved it, but they're gonna just keep playing like they don't know who it is. And they already probably already have done it everything already. But they're gonna pretend like they don't know what's going on, but they do. To be honest, Pam, I think so. But then I'm thinking, what if it's not? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too sure anymore. Like, I do think it's someone in the family or someone that's connected to the family, but someone knows something in the family. They have to. There has to be some connection to the family. Like, it's very rare. Most crime cases, there's always a connection either, especially if it's a family member, it's always someone either in the family or that knows the family. Like personally, do I think that what's her name, Anne Guthrie? Do I think that she kidnapped her mother? Physically, no, but do I think that there's something that she knows? Yes. But will we know that? I don't know anymore. And then they supposedly detained the person, but this person was released. I don't think this person has. That's why it doesn't make any sense. And then they detained a guy that was driving. It's not like the guy was near the area. He wasn't at the house. They detained a random guy, Hispanic guy, who was driving. What the fuck? Like, what does that have to like? He was released, so he wasn't even arrested. So it's like, what? I don't even know anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I just think it's weird. But whoever it is laughing like they're having a great time. What if she's like alive and she's okay and she's like just chilling and she's laughing at everyone? That'd be so funny. Yeah. What if she's just laughing at all of us like haha, I'm alive. Mm-mm. She's okay. Watch the next news report. A DoorDasher reports her because she ordered like food for herself and she opened the door. He's like, "Wait, are you Nancy?" I wish that's the case, but no, I hope she's okay though. Like all jokes aside, she, she just opens the door like, "Yeah, I'm here." He wasn't worried about you. Hey, that's a very possible outcome, bro. I would not put it past anything anymore. Like, she's alive and well. She just refilled her medication. Like, Nancy DoorDash's Chipotle. Yeah. You gotta find humor in this because it's at this point it's just funny. Like, you gotta find humor. If she's her, I definitely, that's sad. But you have to find humor in situations because She probably. Oh my god. You know, they remember that lady that went missing? What was her name? No, this one was it was not funny because oh god, she was a she was the Asian girl. She went missing from California and then they found her in Mexico, but she was alive. Was she from California? Y'all know what I'm talking about. This happened last year. And people were saying that she got in a cult, that like she was kidnapped and the whole time she went to Mexico. And remember her father ended up committing suicide. Her father ended up killing himself, like because he thought that she had died or he didn't know what happened to her, and then she came back like nothing. Man, that was that was so that was her like I think everyone always thinks everything's a conspiracy. Like anytime something crime happens, it's always like, oh, they were in a cult or they were this, but it's like, bro, not everything's a conspiracy. Some people just go missing because they want to leave. Like they just don't want to, they want to disappear, you know, or they always have to link it to someone else. Well, why does it always have to be someone else? Why can't they just go missing? You know what I mean? Now with Nancy, obviously she's old. She couldn't go. She was kidnapped, right? Obviously it's evident, but like, why do we always have to make every other case like, oh, this person were targeted, they got paid? Like it's always this like dramatic scenario. And I was just like, but do you all remember her? The lady, what was her name? She, her name was she was like into Twin Flames. And she went missing and then she went to Mexico. But I was like, bro. Oh, y'all want to know like a story that was a true story? So 2 years ago, no, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, I was on, you know how Facebook back then was popping, right? And I remember there was this me and my friends, we made this group chat and there was several people that were from Vegas that were in that group chat. I don't know how this all started, but there was this girl that was in the group chat. And this is a real story. She ended up going missing in Vegas. And I remember when like this weird account was like following her account, and I guess her account got hacked and she was saying something like, yeah, I'm here in this abandoned house, and people thought she was joking right at first, but she literally went missing and her account got hacked. Now, the story which is creepy is that she had I don't think the girl passed away, but I remember her father was, bro, and I know you should not judge people by how they look, bro. He literally looked like a horror movie film. Like he looked like he was from West Virginia, and you could tell he was off. Like this guy was like he was creepy. And you look at him, like you could tell something was wrong with him. come to find out, he had schizophrenia, and he would make up stories. And apparently he was mentally unstable, and she was living with him. So what happened was, I don't even remember like what happened with the situation, but the girl did disappear. The girl ran away, and her father was using her account and pretending to be her, like making these posts like, oh yeah, I'm at this place. But it wasn't her, it was the father. And I remember clearly, like, I had sent the father a message. I'm like, hey, I know that's you on your daughter's account. Why are you doing that? And he just like shock emoji my message, like it was like a surprise emoji. Now they didn't respond. It was so weird, bro. It was creepy. Yes. And then I remember this girl and this other girl had a three-way conversation, and the girl's from Vegas. Like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I knew her in school, and yeah, she would go missing sometimes, but her father was kind of weird. I'm like, yeah, like the father's off. Like, man, I don't remember his name too, but he was weird. Yes, it was creepy. But I think she's alive. I think she's alive still, but yeah, she was found. She had ran away, but the thing is she lived with her dad, and her dad was schizophrenic. And I think the girl had mental issues too, but like the father would switch personalities, and he had access to her account, so he was making those posts. It was weird. It was creepy. It was so weird. I get chills when I look at his picture. Like, he was a freak. Like, you could just tell he was weird, bro. Like, you could just tell he was off. Like, he kind of looked like Willy Wonka, the guy from Willy Wonka with the hair, the hat, but he had a more crazy look in his eyes. Like, very creepy man. You could tell he was off immediately. Like, you could tell he had issues. He's not normal. Like, you could just tell. Vegas is weird though. Vegas has a lot of weird people. I know. He looked like he didn't look like Texas Chainsaw Massacre family. He looked more like the West Virginia, like The Hills Have Eyes. Like, he looked like he was from like a small town that like inbred. Like, he was very creepy. Like, he did not look like he was in the part of the year. I was like, this can't be real. Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of felt like he like probably touched his daughter. Now, I'm not sure if that's true, but like I felt like he probably was abusing his daughter in some way, because he wasn't married. Like, he didn't have a wife, I don't think. I mean, obviously he had a girl right together to have her, but like he wasn't with his person, and he was like, it was pictures of him and his daughter, but it was creepy. It was just like, and the account was like, yeah, I'm here at this house, and they would post a location, but nobody was there. So then people were like, oh, she's probably trolling. She's probably just trying to cause drama, but it was her father behind that account. Mm. Yeah, I think they had something going on, because I'm like, he was a weirdo. Mm-mm. And he has schizophrenia. Like, they're like, girls like, yeah, he has schizophrenia and he has different personalities. I'm like, oh, so he probably would impersonate his daughter's account And it made sense, right? Because like, well, he's schizophrenic. I'm not throwing shade at people who have schizophrenia. Like, if you have mental illness, that's, that's your right. But it's like, you got to be careful with those people. I don't know. Schizophrenics be very just too much for me. So, like, I remember too, like, I know this is off topic, but I remember this, like, because my one of my best friends lives in Vegas. And I remember there was this girl, she introduced me to this girl, and I went to Vegas, and this girl, like, she was like 20, she was older than us. She was like 27. And at the time we were like 20 or 21. And when she introduced me to her, I was just like, something's off with her. I'm like, I couldn't put my finger on it. She was really pretty. Don't get me wrong. She was really pretty, but something was off with her. She had an OnlyFans too. And speaking about like schizophrenics, but I remember like she was off too. Cause I remember I went to her house and she had a nice house. It was pink. She had like I don't know. It was just weird. Like I remember I would talk to my friend like, hey, like it's a long story, but like yeah, we don't talk to her anymore. But yeah, she was interesting. But she had told us, she's like, yeah, I have schizophrenia. And I'm like, like I said, I am not judging you if you have mental health issues. I don't think we should judge people, right? But the story with her, the reason why I was kind of like, because she started telling us stories of how her ex boyfriend that broke up with her, she would stalk him at his job. Like she would drive to his work and she had been trying to attack him. And she was telling me this with my friend, and I even looked at my friend. I'm like, "Why did you introduce me to this girl? Like, why are you friends with her?" Like, I was just like, "You need to be careful," because I was only there for a few days when I was visiting. But I'm like, you got to be careful about those people because you just don't know. And then I even think she even would go missing at times. Like, it's just strange. People, like I said, we're just y'all. If you're in here, we were talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, and I don't know how we started talking about this. This has nothing to do with that, but we were just saying how weird the case is, and yeah. But yeah, that case is weird. I feel like they're playing games at this point. I feel like whoever's involved, whether it's the family, someone who knows the family, they're laughing. They're playing games like, bro, where is she? Like, just if she's alive, bring her home. If she's deceased, just release her. Like, this game has to end. It gets very tiring seeing that. It's like, bruh, it's just always like, it's just, yeah. And she was a Pisces too. What is your sign? Pisces to me personally, like I've only known a few Pisces, and Pisces, in my opinion, they're very gifted people, but they are very strange at the same time. Pisces are just, you got to be careful about Pisces. The only water sign that I do like is Scorpio. I don't really, Cancers are okay. But Pisces, don't mess with Pisces. I think Pisces tend to be too delusional. Okay, I love Capricorns because we're in the same family. I'm a Virgo. Hey, Lovey. Really? She had to throw that in there. Thanks. I'm Pisces. She had to be petty and throw that in there. I think Pisces are interesting people, but they're just a little cuckoo at times. Your winky face. So no, let me tell you who are weirder. Pisces moons. If you have a Pisces moon, I don't mess with you. I think Pisces moons are more weird than Pisces sun. Pisces moon, I don't like them. You want to hear like weird, crazy people that have Pisces moon people are always like, or Pisces risings. Oh, I think Pisces rising and Pisces moon are worse than a Pisces sun. So the earth signs I like the most, I don't like Virgos. I'm a Virgo, but I can't stand Virgos. I think Virgos are Virgos are just, I don't know. Virgos irritate me. Out of the fire signs, I like Aries. I don't really like Sagittarius's. Don't care for Leos. For water signs, I like Scorpios. I don't like Cancers. I don't care for Pisces. Air signs, I only really like. I like Aquarius males because Aquarius males are very funny and animated. Geminis, I like the Gemini women. I don't like Gemini men. Gemini men are crazy. And then Libras, I like my best friend's Libra, so I like Libras. I like Libra women. I don't really like Libra men. I think Libra men are very manipulative. I feel like they talk about fairness, but I think they try to use things to their advantage while trying to portray that they're fair. So Libra men, The only downside I could say about Libras is I feel like Libras could be fickle at times. Like they're hot and cold. They're not super consistent. But when they have your back, they have your back. So Well, yeah, I'm gonna probably go to sleep because I have to. 6:35. Scorpio, Aquarius, man. I see. I love Scorpios. You know why I like Scorpios? Because I like the secret. I like being a secret. I'm just kidding. No, Scorpios, I feel they're very freaky. I just like, okay, what I like about Scorpios is the fling part, but I don't know how to explain it. Okay, what I like about a Scorpio is like I like if they open up to you, you know their secrets and you could hold it against them. That's the only thing I like about Scorpios. Like if they open up to you, they'll tell you your secrets and then you can use it against them in the future. Like that's why I love Scorpios. Aquarius men, they're very animated, they're funny, but yeah, no. Bro, Scorpio men, this one guy that I like, never mind, we're not gonna say because I'm not gonna drop names, but like when I was going to university, there was this track star guy. He was a Scorpio, and yeah, I think you could put the rest together. But yeah, but he was down low. He was not. He was kind of he was like that was a very weird dynamic. Hi, Lisette, how are you? Because he was a track star and he had a girlfriend. I did not know at the time he had a girlfriend, but he would like literally send me like he'd be like, "Oh, I'm with her." He's like, "Oh, I'm here. Like, let's meet up over here." And then I didn't know that he had a girlfriend, right? And then one time he messaged me. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm with this girl, but she's annoying." Bruh. But yeah, he did not take her serious, so she had no idea. But it wasn't like we were in a relationship, but it was just like a fun little fling, you know what I mean? But yeah, he was a track star. And the T is that we had 2 semesters together, and then when we switched classes, I didn't see him anymore. I lost contact with him. And then it wasn't until like 2023 that we reconnected. West Virginia here. See if you can pick up on Shelly Capito is going to lose the main primary. Who's that? Who's Shelly Capito? She's a politician. When does it start? Oh, in May. I could do a reading on it. Shelly Capito. Oh, okay, for Senate. Oh, the midterm elections, huh? But he ended up being an actor. He ended up leaving because he wanted to be a police officer, but then he ended up he was not a famous actor. He just ended up doing like, he was a SAG actor. So I'm from China. You're not from China. China, they don't even have YouTube, do they? Thank you for. But I will say Scorpios are fun for a. If you want to have a fling with a Scorpio, they're very passionate. So is that, do you want Shelly to win or do you not want her to win? Is she a Democrat? Oh, okay. I just did one, Floody. I actually did a reading. I don't even think I really don't like. I didn't even do like a reading on her the other time. So I'm like, let me just pull some cards on it. So I did a reading like a few hours ago. It's posted. At this point, I feel like the situation with Nancy is just so like it's so dumb at this point. Like you take 2 weeks to find the surveillance for who abducted her, and then you detain a guy that's driving that has nothing to do with her. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, but they it doesn't make sense because I don't know. Whoever did it, whether it's a family or someone that knows them, they're just laughing at everyone at this point. They're just like, at this point, I'm like, maybe Nancy is alive and well and she's just chilling right now. You know, I hope she's okay. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm like, it don't make sense to me. Yeah, I just think it's a joke at this point. Like, bro, she should have been found in like a few days. There's no way it should take 2 weeks. I feel like they're just playing with people at this point. Hoping Rio Phelps the Dem can send her home for good. Oh, Rio Phelps. So Rio Phelps is also running for the Senate. Who's Thomas Medlin? Who's that? That's the name sounds familiar. Yeah, Beverly, it's a distraction. Oh, okay. Is he the kid with the glasses? Hi, Patricia. How are you? Yes, that kid. Yeah, I was like, yeah, his name sounds familiar. Wasn't he the guy that was playing a video game, or he went to go meet someone or something? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a Roblox. Yes, yes. Do you guys think it's destined for people to go missing? Do you think that's like someone's destiny to just disappear? Yeah, that is true, Beverly. Yep. People go missing every day, and like you realize there was people that were kidnapped yesterday, and people are going to be kidnapped today, and there's going to be people that are going to be kidnapped tomorrow. People are going to be kidnapped on Friday. There's probably going to be a kidnapping on Valentine. It's like it happens so much, but people don't. Just like taking your own life is going to missing on your life path. I don't know, because they always say like your death is already destined. So if you're predetermined to pass away by you self-infliction, maybe it's your destiny. I don't know. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and even if it's like, think about it, you have to die from something. You're not everyone's gonna live a long, healthy life. Like you're gonna some people are gonna get murdered, some people are gonna be go missing, some people are gonna die in a house fire. There's so many ways to die. Why would anyone pick that? I'm not sure. But God, if you believe in God, the universe, it's like there's some source that knows everything, right? So they already, I don't know, to be honest. Because the Bible even says that God already knows the hour and the day when you're going to die. So if I don't want to go. But the thing is, you can't control that. Like, if you're destined to die of a heart attack, or for example, you're destined to die a certain way, that's you can't change fate, you know? Like, even if you like pay attention, if you not pay attention, but I know you guys heard about like the Natalie Wood case, where when she was a little girl, that her mother went to China and a psychic told her mother that her daughter was going to be famous and the daughter was going to die of drowning. And look what happened to her. She drowned. Well, allegedly she drowned, but she was murdered. Yeah. Yeah. But she technically died of a drowning. So it's like, so that's why I'm like, there's people that can see your death, and it's like they could see when you're going to die and they're going to tell you how you're going to die. So that's why I'm like, well, that means that everyone already has their death is already predetermined. Like, you're just not going to know it yet. Some people will have a feeling. Like, there's been Abraham Lincoln had a premonition of his assassination. He knew, he had a vision that he was going to be shot. And I don't think he wanted to die like that, but that was his destiny. Why? I don't know. You need to look at your astrology chart too. Your astrology chart will tell you more evidence of your destiny and your fate and your death. So look at your planets too. It's better not be on the list. No, I don't think you're gonna be murdered. I think you're gonna die like of old age or something. Natural causes. I think you're gonna be okay. But then you think if God already knows, why would God allow that to happen? Mm-hmm. So good morning. Hi, how are you? Magdalena Villaseñor Martínez. Oh, ¿de dónde eres? Are you from Texas, Arizona, California? Where are you from? Buenos días. ¿De qué estado vives? Are you from the West Coast? Okay, I knew you. I'm not. You're from California or Texas, Arizona. Okay, I could tell when someone's from California. We just have a vibe. Yeah, I could tell. I could feel like I can tell when someone's from the West Coast. Like, you could feel it. We just the vibe, the way you speak. I'm like, yeah, you're from the West Coast. Yes, yes. Red Bluff. I've never heard of Red Bluff. Where's that at? Yeah, we do. I feel like you have a really good heart. At times I can. I feel like I live in Trumpville. Oh, you live in Trumpville. Okay. Yeah, I'm in LA. It's very liberal here. All right, Beverly. Have a good day. Oh, okay. So are you in Northern California? Because that sounds like it's up north. Right. Oh, so you're in Redding. Okay, so you're up north. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So are you close to San Francisco or? Okay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you're south of San Francisco, but you're still up north, right? Redding, I've heard of Redding, California. I've never been there though. I went to San Francisco when I was 7 years old, and it was nice. I remember when I was a kid, that was before LGBTQ was a thing, and I remember I saw so many gay people in San Francisco. I was like, whoa. Because in LA, you didn't see that. I remember you saw men holding hands, and I was like, what? That was very taboo for me. Oh, okay, you're north of San Francisco. Chico. Okay, okay, Chico, Cal. Okay, yeah, I know where Chico is at. Yeah, wow, you're far. You're like 8 hours plus away. Yeah, I live in the hood. I live in Compton, California. That's so cool though. Yeah. Have you been to LA before? Like, cause you gave me like SoCal vibes. I thought you were from like San Diego, LA, San Bernardino. Like, yes, I took my kisses and oh, okay. Yeah, you give me Anaheim vibes there too, like Downey vibes. Like you give me like SoCal. I haven't been in Disneyland in like 10 years. Now it's expensive. Now you have to book to go there. That's complimentary. Yeah, you give me SoCal vibes. Yeah, you have to pay. Do you have to register now? So you want to go a certain day, you have to mark a calendar date, and you have to go. And it's like $200+ now for a daily admission. Your soul is meant to be probably, yeah, yeah. Your soul is meant to be in SoCal. We're literally the same time. It's 7:01. So, you went to LA in September in the last 2 years. Oh, okay. Have you been to Universal Studios? Because that's where I don't want to say where I live, but I live like near Universal Studios. Oh, that's okay. I like Diddy. I think Diddy's a cool person. Not yet. Oh, okay. I think I drove past there, but we're looking for. Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think Diddy was too far from me too. Diddy was close because Diddy lives like where does he live again? Like he had a house on the hills, right? I think I drove past there. So, but yeah, I'm gonna probably get off of here because I need to take a little rest. I need to get up again. Yeah, I think he lived. Oh gosh, was it? I don't want to say Hollywood because that's typical to say Hollywood, but was it like Sherman Oaks? I have to see where it was. Or was it Calabasas? I don't remember. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. It was nice talking to you, Magdalena. You should also follow me on Instagram if you want to follow me. But I'm gonna get off of here in a bit. Already, okay, perfect, perfect. Alrighty, y'all. I'm about to get off of here, so I will see y'all later. Alrighty, you have a great day. Bye.